Yeah, I'm like dying right now. 1, go. This isn't enough room right here. I could be stable enough. I got this. You know what to do. Oh, right, and then. Alright, what up everybody? In today's video, we'll just be going through some more behind the scenes footage of another music video I'd shot. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of an explanation, like talking head part here, but I think I'm just going to go straight into the footage and I'll tell you guys the details about things later. So as you can see here in the beginning, I have the K3 rigged up. Basically, I took a tripod iPhone mount, took the iPhone mount from it, and 3M taped it to the back of the camera. That way I can put an iPhone on the back with its camera looking down the viewfinder. Not all the time there's a chance where I can stick my eye physically down the viewfinder and see. So it's nice to have something like an iPhone on the back there to just see a live feed of what's going on and not have to physically look through. As you can see, all the lighting setups here are very sketchy. We're using, not sketchy, but just not nice. We're using 2 eBay RGB panel lights with t-shirts as diffusion. Tell me what that is in inches. It's like 37. Someone give me the. Someone got their phone on them? Yeah. Can you give me 30? What is it? 37?
I lied. Sorry. Hold on. It's about 40.
Can you give me 40 inches into meters? What is that? Can you tell him where he'll come in at? It should make sense. So right there. Sometimes I'll feel that.
Yeah, right there.
Alright. I'm good to roll whenever you guys are. Here goes first shot. With an immediate fail. When we were putting the camera on top of the projector, we were like putting stuff underneath it to keep the camera level. And what happened to be under it was the speaker. And when we started playing the song, the speaker was like vibrating and knocks the camera over. However, we were not going to take this as an L, and we reset it up and shot again. So 19 inches in the meter. If you're curious to know what we're doing here, we're basically taking measuring tape and measuring the distance from the focal plane of the camera to the subject, and that's how we know where to set our focus at. If you hear us doing a conversion after we measure it, what we're doing is on the lens, measurement is in meters, and on our measuring tape it's in inches, so we're just converting inches into meters, getting the measurement from there. I need it for the projector scene as far as performance. I'm just gonna grab a couple B-roll shots. Here I'm just running around and getting some unscripted B-roll shots. Damn, did you just get that? I think it's important to get B-roll shots that are unscripted when shooting on film, because sometimes your scripted parts don't always work out in the final edit. So it's important to have those B-roll as fillers. Behind him, where he'll be sitting at.
You doing it like this?
We got our cake with the song title on there. Shout out my mom, she got this cake done for me. Orange.
This blue and that's orange.
Well, the reason why this is orange is because the candle lights. Once the candle lights come on, I want it to look natural.
Yeah, you talk blue and orange.
Yep. Fresh. So listen, you'll come in. Go ask my mom, or right after that. So on our treatment and on the shot list, I basically have it scripted out to where every line of the song can have its part. For example, from 38 seconds of the song to 45 seconds, we'll be shooting that at location A, and we will shoot those 3 lines, you know what I'm saying? That way we're not double shooting anything, we're not wasting film, and everything's on track. And also, that keeps me from having, random parts of the song at 45 seconds that didn't get shot at all. It kind of keeps things organized, and also, not to mention, we're shooting on only 3 rolls of film here for a 2-minute and like 45-second song. If you're curious about shooting a music video on film, I would stick with at least 4 rolls of film.
Cool, sounds good.
In the back of the cake?
Yeah, wherever, somewhere
It's
roughly.
like 33.
What's to the 4 right there?
About 27.
Okay, give me a distance, 27. 0.6. You do your thing and I'll roll.
Bet.
According to you. Whenever you're ready. As you could see here, these shots somehow came out pretty soft. We measured the distance on these, however, I don't know if we maybe did the conversion wrong or something like that, but it was a little bit out of focus and pretty disappointing, as we took every precaution we could with doing all the measuring and stuff like that to make sure it was sharp, but yeah, not sure why those came out soft. A couple other shots later in this video you'll see came out soft as well.
Yeah, I opened up for
2019. That was a fat minute ago. Damn.
But I didn't even have orange hair.
the village to go.
It's Fresh giving some knowledge to our production assistant, Caleb.
But what if this your
Do you know how
to
you're
be
good on balancing?
to help?
Yeah.
What if your calling is to be a part of this team right here and find your office in this, you know what I'm saying, in this building? You
Which
know what
might
I'm
be a
saying?
good time to talk about our people on production. So director, we have myself, Saneshige. First AC, we have Jynx. Behind the scenes video, so all the footage you're seeing currently is done by Henry Green. Behind the scenes photo, FalseHope. Production assistant number 1, Leroy. Production assistant number 2, Caleb Nist. So shout out every single one of these people. They were each a super big help on set. Made sure things run super smoothly. This is, I think, Caleb's first time being on a small film set like this, so I can't believe how much of a help these people were. Shout out to every single one of you.
Colorful.
Like, just like everywhere, you know, like I don't want it to be too random.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that looks so good.
She was like.
Let's run it. Let's run the red.
The red?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, the other one is orange. That's crazy.
It's the old one.
That's crazy, that remote.
Here we have the K3 on a Ronin, the original Ronin. Shout out Gabe for renting me this Ronin.
I need to be able to spin it. That's crazy.
Probably one of the only consumer gimbals that can balance something as heavy as a K3. Alright, so you'll just sit right here. Yeah, like that. Like that. That's natural, right?
Yep.
So if you're wondering what we're doing there, we have a trigger release cable tied to the shutter of the camera. That way we don't have to physically hold and press the button on the camera, and we could just roll the shutter from the cable. Another thing to quickly mention here, this shot didn't even come out. We ran out of film, but the film counter on the back of my K3 is not the best and doesn't read precisely. So we completely shot this for nothing, and I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get this shot. However, that's just all a part of shooting on film. You know, you learn from your mistakes. I don't necessarily know if we could have learned from this, because it's one of those instances where sometimes you just don't know unless you open up the camera and go physically feel if there's film left.
Bro, I can't see shit. Like you can see right there, it's jammed in there. I need it to come out.
Here we are at location number 2. The semi-truck driver stopped that he said he's seen us shooting at another location. I'm not sure. He was cool. Shout out to him.
Just tell me when I'm at 13 seconds.
Here I'm telling my production assistant to let me know when I'm rolling for 13 seconds. I basically told him to set a timer on the intro of the song. Before the bass drop, it rolled its first 13 seconds, so I wanted to make sure I fill a clip in that time frame, and just had a timer set for it.
We can use yours. Sit back in the seat for me. The passenger side, just to where I can see fresh. Just like that, Leroy. If you can get it a little bit more on the front of his face somehow. I know it's probably asking a lot. You could reach in.
Here's a quick fun fact. When shooting through mirrors, to get the right focus distance, you take the distance from the focal plane of the camera to the mirror, and then from the mirror to the subject. Now you take both those measurements and add them up, and that's how you get your focus distance for shooting through mirrors.
Plus 28. What's 109 plus 137 into meters for me. 3.4. You're the best. Thank you.
And still, unfortunately, you'll see the shot. It came out soft on this one. You can even watch us in this clip here. We end up double measuring it because I just wanted to completely make sure we had it correct. Still somehow came out soft. Granted, we are shooting the lens at wide open, so at 1.8, which is not something I typically do. However, we're shooting at night with low light, so... So yeah, you can see it's just a little soft. It's not completely out of focus, but just not the sharpest.
Give me 1 second. I'm cranking the camera.
What's the max you can crank it to?
A full crank gives you about 30 seconds of shooting, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, whenever y'all are ready.
If you're wondering about these blue scratch lines here, after shooting this roll and getting this footage back, I was pretty upset that that was happening. It had happened to half of a roll before. After doing tons of research on forums and stuff like that, come to find out it's coming from my loop formers scratching the film as it's passing through the gate. I think for the next project I'll be removing my loop formers. Hopefully that gets me a better loading experience, and hopefully that gets rid of those scratch marks.
That looks really good. But feel free, you don't have to be stiff, you know what I'm saying? You can move around, you can do whatever. Alright. And then
Not bad.
Here we are again, getting some more B-roll shots as filler. Yeah, the blue scratches can be passed off as something cool. Definitely not my favorite, but it definitely looks like a mistake to me, but some people might like it. Here we are trying to mount the camera to the car via suction mount. Was I going to trust this suction mount to hold the K3's weight? Completely not. So we tried to rig it to where I could still hold it out of the window and have it on the suction, but just was not working out. We didn't have enough room.
I could be stable enough. I got this.
So here I am, taking it on myself to just shoot it completely handheld and trying to be as stable as possible.
And that's the exact reason I told your ass I can't commit.
Gotta work with what you got, man. This is low budget filmmaking.
Yeah, like that, and then keep going back. Right there.
Here we are. We came back to my house just to finish up the last roll of film. The song's called Damaged in '94, so I had this idea of shooting through a broken mirror just for some performance scenes. So basically this last roll we just shot through all of the song pretty much and had backups for some of the areas that we may not have gotten. And so You could see here, something was messed up in the loading. When I was shooting this, I knew something was messed up. You can hear the camera. It sounds horrible. You just hear it passing through the gate, just skipping, clacking. However, once again, it might have been a little bit of a happy mistake. This is all just a part of film, and I wouldn't say these are all going to ruin my project or anything like that. They're happy mistakes. Not the best things to happen, but it's not the worst things. This is all just a part of your experience and learning from it for the next time. Like I said, something I might do differently is definitely remove my loop formers from this camera. Hopefully that can give me a better experience while shooting and better experience while loading. I think all in all, this video came out great. And yeah, obviously that was the end of the footage I'd gotten from Henry. Not sure when this is coming out. Hopefully I can keep you guys posted on the final thing. Shout out every single one of you that was on set with us that day. Seriously, every single person did their job so well, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you're watching this, I appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully you can keep doing some film breakdowns and stuff like that. And hopefully we're going to be shooting some more projects on 16mm. Maybe I'll make a video showing you guys me removing the loop formers on the camera. Until then, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that. See you in the next one. Thank you.
Like 8 a.m. in LA right now. I'm in LA. Facts. Yeah. Hold on. This that damage to 94 flow.